Guys, what's up? What's going on? This is RJ from Game News USA here today, and I have a movie review for you all. It's The Watchers. It's an M. Night Shyamalan, not him, but his daughter's film, and we're going to talk about its reviews. But first, let me say, this is my first time looking at the Metacritic for this movie, and it is terrible Metacritic reviews. And I could tell you, I watched this movie in theaters myself, and I would have given it an 8 out of 10. That is me. That's the kind of movie that I like. The Metacritic gives it a 46. A 46? Like, look, guys, I know that movie reviews are different than game reviews, and you're going to see a lot more critic reviews be lower on the movie side of things. But a 46 Metacritic? How? Let's get into it. But first, please remember to hit the subscribe button, and thank you for being here. So, 46 on Metacritic, 6 positive reviews, 25 mixed reviews, and 7 negative. So, let's start with the top review here, which is from Original Sin, which gives it an 83, saying, "The Watchers is not a perfect movie, but it is an excellent start, heralding the arrival of a bold new talent." That new talent they're referring to is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, A.M. Shine. I believe she did great in directorial debut. However, as we go through these Metacritic reviews, we're going to see where the issues lie with these people. The Independent with an 80, saying, "Sure, there's a kind of gotcha twist here that tethers the watched back to M. Night's work, but Ishna's real focus is on where Mina's sorrows take her deep into the old pagan world." The Chicago Tribune with a 75, saying, "Even with its drawbacks, I found The Watchers worth watching, even with its odd and perhaps too faithful to the book final 15 minutes. The director works well with cinematographer Eli Arson to envelop the chamber-sized ensemble." Polygon with a 67, saying, "It has its share of creepy moments, rising tension, and sudden blast of music jump scares, but has a suspense story. It fizzles out surprisingly early." I kind of disagree with that. I thought it was pretty suspenseful throughout. The Atlantic with a 65, saying The Watchers is carefully paced, character-focused, and quite sincerely emotional. Interested less in the manner of the scares and more in how they're affecting the ensemble gathered in the woods. A 65 from Film Threat, saying, "Even though it doesn't stick to the landing, this is a fun watch with some cool ideas." It's about what I felt. I felt like, for the most part, just a fun watch. And that's it for the positive reviews, guys. That is all the positive reviews on Metacritic. Let's get to some mixed reviews. IGN, which gave this a 6 out of 10, they gave, what was it? A Quiet Place Day 1 a 9 out of 10. Remember, they gave that a 9 out of 10, but they give this movie a 6 out of 10, and quite frankly, if I could only pick one, I would pick The Watchers over A Quiet Place Day 1. It's close, but I would take The Watchers, even though I've given both an 8. IGN says, with their 6 out of 10 review on The Watchers, "The more The Watchers comes together, the less interesting it becomes. It's a puzzle best left unsolved." Wow. Paste Magazine with a 59, saying, "There's room in the horse space for a movie like this. A daft campfire tale, best told in the damp morning after, part creature feature and part noodling about the nature of humanity." Okay. Their review kind of sucks. The Daily Beast with a 58. Follows the same basic pattern as the work of her dad. Namely, it starts with strong and then slowly falls apart under the weight of its obligations. No, that's not what we need to hear. The Film Stage with a 5 out of 10, saying, a serviceable but slightly soulless copy of countless films. They don't name the films, but they say, soulless copy of countless films. Okay. The Variety, 5 out of 10, saying, for a while, The Watchers is a reasonably well-made Lost in the Woods horror movie, one that draws you like a puzzle, whose rules you need to learn. Okay, so all these people are praising the start of the movie, and they're enjoying where it's going, and then they say, it totally fizzles out, it sucks, the ending sucks. I disagree. I mean, I didn't like the ending all that much, but I don't think it ruined the movie for me. A ton of 5 out of 10s. Slant Magazine says, pacing is conspicuous problem and the rush third act seems to crumble. The Wrap giving it a 46, which is what the Metacritic turned out to be, saying The Watchers isn't very scary and it's only interesting for as long as it's intellectual curiosity. And it's not intellectual curiosity for the full 102-minute runtime. Ouch. Burn. Collider, 4 out of 10. I see dead people in this film, but their cause of death is simply boredom. Oh, the roasting. Oh, give them some ice. The burn is hard. The burn is hard, guys. Screen Rant. The Watchers is a strange film. That's why it gets said 4 out of 10. It has disconcerting moments, but never rises above its premise. Ouch. Ouch. Tons of 4 out of 10s here. Just a ton of them. I want to get to the negative reviews real quick before we get out of here. The Washington Post with a 37. I think Congress might have a higher approval rating, maybe. I don't know. They say, The Elder makes surprise horror dramas and either gives half-baked idea a fully baked cinematic treatment or vice versa. The Daughter, talking about the director, first feature-length film is just as half-baked all around. So M. Night Shyamalan catching strays from the Washington Post. And I can tell you guys, I'm a big fan of M. Night Shyamalan. That doesn't mean he hasn't had movies that sucked. Just like Adam Sandler hasn't had movies where he's acted and he's sucked in them. But in general, I am a fan of M. Night Shyamalan. So catching strays there. Sorry, buddy. Looper with a 30. Saying, Shyamalan may have inherited her father's love of the twist ending, but the one she creates in The Watchers is an unearned and unsatisfying as they come. Ooh. I don't think the twist was horrible. I mean, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil too much. The San Francisco Chronicle with a 25. 25. Saying, The Watchers just doesn't connect on anything deeper than surface level. The Observer with a 25. Like any good thriller, information is strategically withheld to build intrigue. But then it's simply dropped in the audience lap with no impact at all. There is no greater insult you can give than that. Maybe. 25 is the low, by the way. Nobody rated it lower. Thank goodness. That's where they stopped the bleeding. Boston Globe, last review we'll read, with a 25, saying, there are plenty of things that go bump in the night. The Watchers proves they're only effective if you don't sleep through them. I don't know what all these reviewers are wanting, but this movie, I think, if you watch it, is either a 7 or an 8. I think go any higher, you're okay, come on, you're being ridiculous. If you go any lower than a 7, I don't know if we are watching the same movie. So guys, that's it for this review wrap-up. I totally disagree with the critics here. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. They give it a 46 on Metacritic. Why don't you let me know in the comments below what you think about The Watchers if you've seen it already. Thank you for watching the video. Peace. I'm out. Have a good one.